So I wanted to kind of make a video talking about my au pair experience when I went to Europe this past time earlier this year. Like I said in my previous video, I had stayed in France, but it was with a German family. They had moved from Germany last year sometime, and so it was kind of cool staying with them. They were still adjusting to their new life while being in France and stuff, and kitty. And yeah, it was just, they just kind of like were wanting an au pair to kind of help with their kids and stuff while they kind of got settled, and it was really, really cool. They had 3 kids, and so it was like the other family I stayed with the first time, only their children were much younger. So like the eldest was almost 6, so they were like kind of really tiny. And but they were so sweet. Like, they were just the sweetest kids, and they were all boys, and they didn't speak any English, so that was it was okay for me because I know enough German to where I could communicate with them, and I would teach them words and phrases to say. I would say it in English, and then I would repeat it in German, so I'd be like, what do you mean? Or what did you say? Was meinst du? Was hast du gesagt? And then they would respond, and I would just do that every time. Or, I don't know, weiß ich nicht, and they would understand. So yeah, that was kind of cool, and I enjoyed it. They taught me, the kids taught me a lot of German. I don't know, kids are just good, they're non-judgmental, and I wouldn't be afraid to ask them questions, whereas I kind of would, like with adults. Like, I don't know, I guess I kind of get slightly intimidated if I know somebody's English is better than my German. I shouldn't be like that, but I just kind of do. But like with kids, I'm like, it doesn't matter. They were not judging me by my, German capabilities. So anyway, I got to do this trip. It was kind of sort of spontaneous, but like found an ad online. I went for it, like I said. I would almost call it like a Skype interview, but they basically picked me, to do this, and my flight was paid for and everything. I arrived at the end of January, and they met me at the airport, picked me up. And the cool thing was, I had a friend in Switzerland that I've had for the past 2-3 years, and yeah, two years, yeah. And she met me at the airport too, and that like really, I just like flipped out. Like, I just like nearly broke down to tears. I think I did a little bit, but it was such a moment for me, like to see this person in real life and giving them a big hug. That was just so wonderful. But anyway, I arrived and I was so tired and they had their own room for me, and it took me, I would say, about a few days, almost a week, before I finally recovered from my jet lag. For some reason, the first time I went to Europe, I had no jet lag, but this time I did. And my routine was basically, I'd get up in the morning, and after we ate breakfast, which was usually around 8:30 or so, I would help with the children. I'd play with them upstairs. I'd read them stories, play blocks, She actually was trying to homeschool her children. So even though they were quite young, the eldest, she was trying to get started with kindergarten. So I would help watch the younger two while she would work with the eldest boy downstairs. So yeah, and I had alone time after we had lunch. They all took a nap, so I had time to read or write my family or talk on the phone, or a lot of times I would just talk with the mother in the kitchen, and we would just talk about whatever. It was really, really nice. I really enjoyed her company. She's a very smart lady, and her English accent, her American, she had a very, I would almost say perfect American English accent. Usually with Germans, you can always hear their accent a little bit, But with her, like, it was so good. I was like, you sound so American. Like, you know, if you ever go to the States, I said, we should walk up to people and ask them, which state do you think I'm from? I said, they'll answer you. They'll take a wild guess. I was like, if I passed you on the street, I would not know you were German if I heard you speaking English. So she really took that as a compliment because she really worked hard to try.
Kitty, what are you doing?
She really worked, as I was saying, really hard to try to perfect her English accent, and I was like, you did a good job. So yeah, that was really, really nice. They took me to meet other, I got to meet other families. They connected me with other families they knew in Germany or whatever. I'd stay with them. I know I did when I visited Ludwigsburg. They knew families everywhere. They were more than willing to let me go travel. They were just very, very sweet. The only downside about this trip, I would say one of the main things, was I got sick, like really sick. And I think it was the climate change because it was in winter. I didn't bring my vitamins. It was also the food. Food was great, but like because I was not getting better, like I usually only stay sick like a couple days, and it was just week after week. I still wasn't getting better. I started having insomnia really bad, and I couldn't sleep, and I was just always tired. But I changed my diet, so I started eating eggs for breakfast and bacon and sweet potato and drinking my apple cider vinegar water because I'm really trying to stay healthy, and that's what I was doing at home. And I asked her to order some vitamins for me, and I got better. I started getting better, and my health improved immediately. So this is a lesson learned for me, is I just got to take my vitamins and make sure I add some kind of protein in my diet, because just bread stuff, I mean, it's good, but when I'm sick, it was just a really good lesson learned. And yeah, they were really sweet though, and I really miss the kids. I would love to go back and see them again, so I'm hoping to visit them this next coming time. I'm about to go to Switzerland. So yeah, that's just kind of a brief summary of what I want to just talk about this trip. There's so much. I hope to put together a slideshow for from some of the pictures I took. I took so many pictures just to make a slideshow of some of the people I got to visit and places I got to see, and just my time there, you know, because it really was excellent. I can't wait to see them again, you know. So yeah, that's what I have to say right now. Au pairing is very, very, I find a very good option, especially if you're wanting to kind of stay longer traveling, and it's just a good way to learn about the culture and the people. It's just really, really beneficial for both the family and for the au pair nanny person. So I really recommend au pairing. Go for it. You won't regret it. It's really fun. I look forward to making more videos about this next trip. I'm pretty excited about that. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens.